Hi everyone, I'm Pat Prokop. I'm up here on my balcony. There's the garden behind me, and I'm expecting a garden tour this weekend. However, a large rain system, non-tropical in nature but wet nonetheless and windy, will be moving into our region Friday and Saturday. The question is, will it be out of here for the remainder of the Memorial Day holiday weekend? Well, let's take a look.
All right, let's start off with the satellite imagery. I always like to start off with the satellite view, and it shows mostly fair weather across a large portion of Georgia and western South Carolina, but clouds are already seen increasing over the eastern counties of South Carolina, with more clouds offshore off the Georgia coastal waters. And this whole system appears to be drifting off toward the west-northwest. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And then there's another area of low pressure developing over here across south portions of Florida. That's where the area we need to keep our concern over. Let's take a look at the conditions from the National Hurricane Center, and there they have a system over off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina expected to develop over the weekend. Let's take a look at their discussion right there. And there you have it. The disorganized showers and thunderstorms off the coast of southeastern United States are associated with a front and a trough of low pressure. It is non-tropical in nature, and they don't expect it to develop into a tropical system. But nonetheless, it will produce some large area of rain, some moderate to heavy rains in some areas, particularly in the eastern South Carolina and eastern North Carolina, perhaps in the upper portions of southeastern Georgia, and also some strong gusty winds. And it's also going to be producing gale force winds offshore. So if you're going to plan a boating outing this weekend, small craft advisories and gale warnings could likely be in effect for the Georgia and South Carolina coastal waters. And also on the beaches, this is a beach holiday weekend, and it looks like it's going to be rough out there with some rip currents and some pounding surf. So keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, looking at the radar summary, there we can see precipitation off the coast of Georgia and South Carolina slowly working its way off toward the west. Now, how about the severity of the storms? Will there be severe weather associated with this system? Most likely not. Matter of fact, you might not even hear any thunder. Most of this is going to be a rain and wind event, and it looks like the bulk of it's going to be Friday and Saturday. We might get out of this for Sunday and Monday, so we might be able to salvage some portion of the 3-day Memorial Day holiday weekend. So not expecting any severe weather at all on any of the days. Now, so let's take a look at the computer models right now, and this is the Global Forecast System, the United States model, GFS for short, and it has a system moving onshore with some clouds and rain for the evening hours and afternoon hours on Friday. So it looks like Friday we'll see increasing clouds and then a chance for rain developing mostly in the coastal counties. Also notice this pinch of wind over here. The pinch of the isobars indicates strong winds will be associated with this system here. So that's going to be producing some wind gusts of 25 to 30 to 35 miles per hour, particularly along the coast, maybe even up to 40 miles an hour along the coast. And these winds will be coming on the backside of this low pressure system, so they'll be coming down from the north-northeast, perhaps even north-northwest. So it'll be blowing down the coast, but they'll be blowing strong, and that wind will also produce rip currents across the beaches. But with the rain, I'm not too concerned about people going out into the waters on the beaches. Well, I don't know, you might, but chances are it's going to be a washout for Friday and Saturday on the beaches. Meanwhile, let's advance into time going into sunrise or 8 o'clock on Saturday morning, and it looks like rain across a large portion of mid to upper portions of southeastern Georgia and all of the eastern portions of South Carolina. There's the low pressure system off the coast right now for that time period, and continues to move off toward the well, basically to the north, and it'll be moving in that direction, skirting the coast of Georgia and moving into South Carolina, the upper portions of South Carolina. Now, as we advance into time, we continue to look at this, and by Sunday, the system starts moving away from the area. We might actually see some drier air flowing into the region on Sunday. So Perhaps Sunday we could salvage that day out of it. And Monday right now is also looking fairly decent. Maybe a couple scattered afternoon showers or thunder showers that could develop on Monday afternoon. But other than that, we should see somewhat decent weather, and the winds will be settling down too. So perhaps Sunday and Monday we could enjoy the Memorial Day weekend. Let's take a look at some of the other models and just go back in time a little bit. Let's go back to right here, where this is 8 a.m. on Saturday. Let's take a look at the Canadian model, the CMC, the Canadian Meteorological Center, and it has basically the same thing. A lot of rain in the central and southern Savannah River area and into all of South Carolina. The heaviest rain to the north of Charleston around Myrtle Beach. European Center for Medium Range Weather Forecast, ECMWF, or the European model, some people call it. Again, that looks like it's going backwards in time, now back to forward in time. Most of the rain will be into South Carolina, with lighter rains across the upper portions of southeastern Georgia. And then going into Sunday, it starts to clear off. This is Saturday late afternoon. It's still raining in upper Georgia and all of eastern South Carolina. And then come along Sunday, we start seeing the system moving away with somewhat clearing weather conditions moving on in. What about precipitation totals out of this system? How much rain is expected? Well, this is the GFS, and it looks like most of the rain will be off the coast into the ocean waters. However, we could see some moderate rains across the upper portions of South Carolina into eastern North Carolina, with lighter amounts in the southeastern Georgia and extreme southern South Carolina, according to the GFS. In the Savannah area, perhaps a half inch, maybe to an inch possible with this system. What about the Canadian model? It shows about the same, a little bit more rain in the upper portions of southeastern Georgia, perhaps 1 to 2 inches of rain there, and also around Hilton Head and the Beaufort area. Again, the bulk of the rain remaining offshore with this system. What about the European model, the ECMWF? About the same as the U.S. model, the Global Forecast System. So that looks like most of the rain is going to be to the north of our area. How about the conditions across our region? There we have the radar summary across our area. What about the forecast for Savannah? And here we have it right here, and the greater Savannah area. And then, of course, for Friday, becoming mostly cloudy, quite windy. Those winds are going to be gusting up to 30 miles an hour at times, maybe 35 to 40 miles an hour along the coast, coming down from the north with rain developing, maybe some rumbles of thunder, but don't expect too much thunder, mostly rain. But the rain could be heavy, particularly in the upper portions of southeastern Georgia and into the eastern portions of South Carolina. Temperatures tomorrow in the low to middle 70s for the high, and lows dropping down into, that should be mid 50s. For Saturday, mostly cloudy and windy with a good chance for rain, particularly north of the Savannah River into the South Carolina counties, but also in the upper coastal Georgia counties. And the highs, look at this, the highs only in the mid to upper 60s for the high temperature on Saturday under a cloudy sky. So that's going to make it feel cool to chilly outside. Lows dropping into the middle 50s with perhaps some partial clearing at night. And then comes Sunday, fair to partly cloudy, a little bit on the breezy side, not too bad. A slight chance for a shower or a thunder shower in the afternoon. High temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s with lows in the middle 60s. Then Monday, Memorial Day, looks like fair to partly cloudy with a slight chance for any showers and thunderstorms. Highs will be in the low to middle 80s and lows in the middle 60s. So it looks like conditions will be improving after Saturday, but Friday and Saturday right now look quite wet across our area.
So thanks for watching. If you found any value in this video, please hit the like button below. If you have any comments, leave your comments below as well. And also, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. This is Pat's Weather and Nature, where I do a lot of weather videos and what's up in the sky at night videos on this channel. And I have also been doing a lot of garden videos on this channel, but I'm going to be migrating those to a new channel on YouTube that I'm developing called Pat's Heavenly Backyard Gardening, and that's coming soon, and you'll be seeing that. Look in the links below. I have a preview link down below to the new site. Meanwhile, This is the Memorial Day weekend. If you're going to be out on the beaches, please be careful. We could be seeing those rip currents or those rip tides. Those are currents that pull you out away from the beach. And if this is the beach and you're pulling out on the current, swim parallel to the beach until you get out of the current, then turn and swim back toward the beach. That's the best way to get out of a rip current. It's very difficult to try to swim out of a rip current, swimming back into shore. And the best way, of course, is don't get caught in a rip current. So be careful and listen to your lifeguards out on the beaches. And besides, the water temperature right now is only in the middle 70s. It's a little bit too cold for me, but you know, some people, they like that cooler temperature of the water. I don't. Anyway, I hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. Remember those who have given their lives to protect our freedom. And that's what Memorial Day is all about. We remember. So we thank all those and all those who served in our military. Thank you very much. So, with that being said, have a great Memorial Day weekend.